Welcome to Yokai Watch Music Note episode 20. We opened this episode off with a complete and subtle reference to Demon Slayer. Yeah, this is so subtle that it just undermines the other references that are within this episode as a whole. The first part is Sanmi Truth's ultimate mover. Suna Oto no Suna ono Hisatsu Waza. And then we have the Yokai Nya experience, and then we have Komasan Sparkler or Yon Komasan Shinko Hanabi. Since it's still summer, that technically makes sense to have that. And then we have Yokai Switchy, or Yokai Switch. And we also have Escape from the Oni, or Onikara Toso Chu. And then we have Yokai Gekijo Kintaro. Yeah, this episode was alright. The beginning part was by far the part I enjoyed the most. We have everyone throwing out signature moves. Even Fumi-chan throws out a signature move. Koji and Kuma do. Fume. Poor Fume-chan. I thought they were doing Keita-kun dirty, but Fume-chan, or Fumi-chan, they are also doing her kind of dirty as well, because this helps her not one bit at all. But it's funny, so that's all that matters on the show right now. If it's funny joke, the director loves it. And I'm starting to think the director has some sort of thing for fart jokes, because there's fart joke later on, not during the segment. But yeah, I like Sanmi. Sanmi is really very basic design, which makes him easy to replicate and draw. But the theming behind Sanmi is nice, in my opinion. Because it's basically the Sandman, Sanmi. But he's not doing that good of a job, so Sanmi. I feel bad for him, but it's all Sanmi. And I think Sanmi or Sunao is basically the same thing in every language where it has that sort of a meaning. And yeah, Sandman plus me in French is Philipex, or like sand in peace. And then in Spanish it's Arenito, which is sand, like arena, sand, and come down. So the English translation kind of gets shafted, but Sanmi makes more sense in how you want to localize it. But it's all about learning how to do our ultimate ability. Bushinyan or Shogunyan shows us how it's done originally. But then Sanmi basically says, I'm gonna thank you, senpai, sensei, and then turns him into sand. Like, you don't need a ultimate when you can just walk over and say, hi buddy, thank you for the help, you're now sand. But it was nice that there was someone skilled to kind of teach him. Because in all seriousness, this is probably one of the keystone yokai that is battle tested and battle ready. I mean, Orochi / Venok is going to show up here in a moment as well. Also battle tested. I'm not sure how many screenshots I got of Orochi. Got at least one, so that's cool. Oh yeah, I got the scene where Orochi kind of bodies Sanmi with the ultimate, but Sanmi's like, nah, I'm fine, I can sand this. And then just dust doubles himself back into being Sanmi. There isn't really much to this other than Keita-kun's willingness and drive to really want to help Sandmit out, even coming up with an elaborate plan that he 100% believes is gonna work. Even trying to involve one of the Gyogurus, or Yamabuki Oni, and Mirapo, but it just did not really want to work out the way they wanted it to work out. But then there's a bunch of cameos of other yokai because baseball game is logical. But Sandmist still learns how to use this ultimate, but doesn't know how to completely control it, so ends up turning the entire world into dessert. Yeah, dessert, not desert. So yeah, it's nice to see Sandmit get airtime. It's also nice that Keita-kun wasn't completely embarrassed and that everyone else was embarrassed. I still am under the assumption that I don't think the director likes the series, but since the director is a friend of Hino, the director is doing it. But at the same time, it's dunking on his friend, kind of poking fun at his friend with some of this. Yankama-san was pretty cute. It was all about sparklers and stuff that you can light with a little candle during Hanabi season. But he ends up also lighting something that's like a citronella candle that causes our yokai from last week to drop over. But then we have Yokai Switchy, which we have a complete Donkey Kong reference. We have barrels being thrown, hyper beams being shot, and we have a princess up at the top of the stage. I thought that this was fairly well done, but I feel like Whisper is getting too much airtime. They can do these segments with other yokai. They do know that, right? But by far the best part is right there, where he's being vaporized. I wish he would have just stayed vaporized in this situation, because the next segment does not do him any good whatsoever. The next segment is, I think, the one where you have to escape from the ogre or the oni. So it is a fairly tough, yeah, it's escape from a oni, and it looks like part of my images are being cut off because of the new way Dailymotion handles stuff, where all of a sudden, every time there's a pop-up, there's a pop-up. So yeah, and it doesn't matter if I click away, it just turns it into this white bordery stuff. But it's fine. Yep, we began the competition. We have 5 contestants on The Price is Wrong. We have Jibanyan, Whisper. We have Manjima, Roughneck, and I hate this English name. Naked Speed, or Bakusoku. Bakusoku is so much more fun to say. But whatever, I'm going with the flow of localization. Naked Speed is corruption of speed. Bakuso derived from extreme speed. And then Rapid Zo, very quickly, and then Ted Veloz is fast Ted. Those are the other localizations, and French is Vito. By far, I think the Spanish translation and the Italian translation are probably more closely aligned with what the Japanese translation is trying to say. But we're not complaining. Do you note Manjima ate a banana, threw a banana peel, unintentionally tripping Bakuzo? We get around the corner and Whisper farts Jibanyan out of the competition, or does he? And Ruff Raff is taking out at the beginning because he tried to muscle the Oni. You don't muscle an Oni, you get KO'd. Also, doesn't Whisper know Whisper can just float through the bars? I mean, I don't want to call Whisper not intelligent, but Whisper, for being a ghost, there are certain things you figure a ghost would do. Jibanyan hid in a trash can and was able to sneak back into the competition, which is cool. And the last part of this episode, The last part of this episode is basically about Kintaro, right? Kintaro? Yeah. And yeah, that's really it for this review. It's pretty good. We spin while Kappa and then we spin and launch a bear Akuma. So it's all cool. This episode's an A rank one. I'm reviewing this as a comedy show because this series has no real merit as an action show anymore. It's just comedy. Love and appreciate y'all. Bye bye.